And now she's getting an honorary doctorate. That girl be moving. I love it. I love it. How can anybody not look at that and say, girl, do your thing? And be proud and look at that as an inspiration. I love it. I love to see strong, smart, intelligent black women moving and taking in their purpose and living their life. I love it. I've always gotten a thrill and a kick out of seeing people live the best lives that they wanted to live. And everyone who knows me knows that I've helped a lot of people. I've always been a helper. I've helped so many people finish college, get enrolled in college. So many people have come to me just down and crying because they had no idea what their next step was going to be. And I've helped them. I've brought people into my home and let them live with me and my husband. I've let people drive my extra cars, you know, because I want to see people win. So it's always meant a lot to me to be able to try to help people elevate their lives. And that was one of the reasons why for a long time I was so mad at God for having to deal with that, because I'm like, God, I'm one of the people who help people. How is this happening to me? But in retrospect, I look at it and I'm like, that's why it happened to me, because God knows that if I dealt with something like that, I would be one of the people that would go back and save so many other people. And I am. That's just me. I have that in me. I always have. So I'm looking forward to that. All right. Girl, Mel spoke up at the expo. What did she speak up about? I missed the expo. So what was it? Did Tiffany forget that we told her that they were busy for a baby? I guess so. Because he surely did say it. He did say that. But he was mostly talking about her. He was like, "You work all the time. How we gonna have a baby? You too busy for a baby. I'm too busy for a baby. How we gonna do that? Dang, I thought I think about having braids. I thought I tied this up in the back, and I didn't. I tied it up. I probably got one of my braids back here in the knot, thinking that I tied these strings up in the back. Okay. So does that mean that you didn't talk about Marceau cheating on Tisha? I did not talk about Marceau cheating on Tisha before they went in on this whole crusade of Crucify Kiki. No, I didn't before that. I didn't. I sure did not. And before they start saying that I was doing something that I wasn't doing, no, I didn't. I started talking about it when it became obvious that they were blaming me for doing something that I did not do, did not take part in, and was not doing. So after so long, I'm like, okay, I might as well do what y'all say I'm doing. Hell, if I'm gonna have to take the sentence for it, I might as well do it. So yeah, you want to play that game? You want to blame me? I'm gonna take. You think I'm gonna take the blame for something I'm not doing? Hell no. So okay, let's play that game then. Let's do it. You want me to do it so bad, then I'm gonna give you exactly what you want. So that's what it was. That's what it is. Find the time that I talked about their marriage before they blame you for doing it. Okay. They can't. Okay. 36 old and never made me feel bad about my struggles or my flaws. Good. And nobody should be able to make you feel bad about your struggles or your flaws. Good for you. Don't take your foot off the next Kiki. Baby, I ain't letting up. You hear me? Not this time. Okay, y'all want to see Kiki? You finna see Kiki. Fine. I tried to play nice. I tried. I have tried. Y'all want to keep playing? Well, y'all know I am. Keep playing in. I got you. We can keep playing in. Let's do it. Let's do it. I hope you get Tiffany good for the reunion. Wanda too. Wanda take ass probably won't even be it. Her line ass. Many lives that lady said I wouldn't want her nowhere near. If that ain't a liar, when I tell you I ain't never seen nobody just make up stuff to lie. Yeah, y'all, it's 10:45 here in Maryland, and the sun shining so bright outside. It's just real bright out there. I'm staying on the ocean front. I mean, she was just lying. Like she always been. Now I'm starting to believe she really got to be like deranged. She really believes her lies, and it's just now at this point it's becoming hysterical because you making a fool out of yourself. But go ahead, look stupid, look dumb. Go ahead, be my guest. Don't choke. I'm about to choke if you keep making me laugh at them. Um, Ophelia, messing with your life, keep kicking me off. Who is Ophelia? No, taking medication from a family member. Heal is hell is coming. Tylenol, Motrin pain pills. Hell, I've been in pharmacy for over 25 years. Family business, and we go get some out of the medicine cabinet. Yeah, but you know what? I didn't take anything. I took Percocet um from her. I think she had a whole bottle of them. I probably took like six, seven, or eight of them, something like that. Now, not most of them, not even a whole lot of them, but I did take some where it was noticeable. So, um, they not gonna say, "Oh, she stole from me." Hell, who? Who not gonna say that? How you answer? What you mean? How you answer? Lorraine, is that Lorraine? Lorraine, how you say that? Hey, Forever Tanya. Are you using Seventh Avenue Premier skincare? You know what? I had some Seventh Avenue, but I ran out of the stuff that I had that I like. I gotta get some more. I really do, and I have not tried it yet, but I really want to try that Stormy's donut glaze because when I look at the reviews and I look at the videos of people putting it on, it really does look really good. And they say it's not real greasy because black girls we like to shine ourselves up, and we use Vaseline. That's what I'm still using, Vaseline. So I really want to try some of her donut glaze so I can kind of see what it make my chocolate skin shine like. What are your thoughts on the revenge porn plot? Like any woman, I thought it was sick. I thought it was absolutely ridiculous. I thought it was stupid, twisted, deranged, sick, sad. Um, I just thought it was the Lord alone. Gutter, honestly. I don't see why any person would do that to any other person, let alone I just couldn't imagine my husband divorcing me and then being like, I'm gonna show a pic, I'm gonna show, videos of us doing these certain acts, especially not and say, well, I'm gonna try to set you up and make it seem like this another guy. Like, both know that's me and you in the video. I don't know. I think it's crazy. I really do. I don't see any mature well established man, you know, who's mentally stable doing anything like that. So I really don't. But that's just my opinion. Okay. I love your spirit. You're down to earth and genuine. Thank you. Yes, I have always been known for being very down to earth, very real. Um, some people say I got a smart mouth, but I really don't. I just say what I feel, honestly. Um, but I just don't believe in putting up fronts or facades. And if something is, it's just life is what it is. And if something that I can clear up, I'm just tell it like it is. I'm not going to lie and hide things. I'm gonna say anything that's within reason to say, as long, especially things that pertain to me that won't hurt anybody else. You know, I can't tell anybody else's business like I can tell my own. Or if it's things that are tied to me that other people are involved in that they wouldn't appreciate being told, then I have to watch saying things like that too. But things that are just like strictly my business, I don't care, you know, because I feel like ain't nobody got a heaven or a hell to put me in. So people say what they want to say. I'm Kiki, and I'm gonna be Kiki every day, all day, till the day I die. It is what it is. Love me or hate me. Okay. Looking forward to your husband checking Marcel. Me and my husband, we need to jump on Marcel. For real, for real. Let me stop. Marcel don't want none. For real, for real. He don't want none of that Big Daddy. Big Daddy get at him. It's gonna be trouble. Trouble. What's the story with Tiffany and that first husband? I honestly don't know. I don't know any more than what she told us on the show, which is that she was married and she wasn't happy. You know, she was selfish. She wanted more money and she was unfaithful. That's all I know. And but she said all that already. Um, That was right. Either way, it's my initials. Okay. So I can say larger, larga, and it's right either way. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you for clearing that up for me because I always get so confused. Hey, Miranda, 2146. And that's why you are so beautiful. Thank you so much. Beautiful soul. Thank y'all. Um, he had a different vision for you. God will put you through things for you to find your real purpose. What's for you is for you. That is so true, Miss Jones, because I've always said that I wanted to help people. That's always meant a lot to me. I've always said I wanted to be, you know, a motivational speaker, and I wanted to help encourage people to live their best lives. I've always said that. So I thought about it. Up until that part of my life, I had a fairly good upbringing. You know, I'd never really gone through any kind of struggles or any kind of hurts for real, for real. I had a pretty good childhood. So I had not really experienced any hardship. I'd never really gone through anything. So when I went through this, it kind of gave me a new appreciation for people, a different demographic of people. It made me see people that I wouldn't have normally seen. I said I wanted to help people, but I didn't know for real. I didn't know what it meant when people said, I feel like I didn't want to be here no more. I didn't know what people really meant when they said I was depressed and I couldn't get out of bed. Now I know what that feels like. So now I can help people who are in those situations because I can relate to them firsthand. So I do believe that I went through that for a reason to kind of put me on one accord with some of the people that I'll have to help up and out. So now looking back on it, although it was very painful and very hurtful, looking back on it, I'm happy that I've gotten to help some of the people that I've already helped, and I'm happy that I'm gonna get to help a lot more people. So I'm excited about that. Thank you, Leslie Green. Were you in Maryland? I am in Maryland now. I'm still in Maryland. I leave tomorrow. So I'll be going back to Huntsville tomorrow on the day of tomorrow. Just love your positivity. Thank you so much, Leslie Green. Have you heard the saying that your test is a testimony? Yes, I have. And that's another thing I had to think about. I didn't I didn't have a real testimony. So I was saying, y'all want to help people, but how could I have gotten up there and helped people and talked to people about hard times when I had not been through any? I always had money. I can't think of any real struggle that I had been through before this. I'd always had great breaks. You know, Everything is so crazy, and it's almost harder that way. It's almost harder to live really well and get to the kind of like start to reach the top of the pinnacle and then get knocked down. And I mean, all the way down. And then have to get back up and figure out how to build it all over again. And that's what I'm in the process of doing now. I'm building, I'm rebuilding, rebranding. And that's everything in my life from uh, my different relationships, even my marriage. My marriage is in the rebuilding um, phase and process because going through that, of course, it had a huge toll on my marriage. And my husband and I have had to go through some things, and where we just didn't even know if we could possibly even make it. Seriously. And that's been very difficult for us. We love each other very much, very much. But we have some things that we need to overcome. But there has been some toxicity in our relationship because of things that I put him through and things that he's put me through as well. So my marriage is one of the things that I'm having to rebuild and rebrand because we do love each other very much. So Mr. Jabbar, even though he get on my nerves all the time, every day, all day. Okay. When do y'all film the reunion? It's coming up. I'll just say that. It's coming up soon. We'll be filming it soon. You know what? After I read that, she said I meant don't choke at the reunion. After I read that, I figured that's what you meant. Oh, I won't. Trust. Last season, last year, I was in a different place. I was in a place where I'm experiencing something new, and I'm still trying to build, and this repair this relationship with my family. You know, I was still in that space last year. Also, still trying my best to try not to get caught up in the middle of what was going on between Mel, my friend, and my family. I really did not want to be caught up in the middle of that because there were people on both sides that I really cared about and that I didn't want to lose either of their relationships. This season, completely different attitude, completely different mindset. Um, so you'll see that play out. Trust. Won't be no choking on my end at all. This is my, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna even say it. My mama might be on here, so I ain't gonna say it. Never mind. A 3 day supply? A 3 day supply. Of what? I'm confused. What's 3 day supply about? Miss Jones, your family. Okay. They need to get over that. That's old. Y'all, we be talking about so much when y'all be coming. Sometimes I get to them later and I forget what it is that you're referring to. Hey, my Tweety Bird 96. Jay Janice. You're on the money. Bingo, bingo, bingo. So the thing that kills me is this. If I knew that I had done something and I saw somebody else being accused falsely for something that I knew I did, you couldn't pay me to open my mouth. I'd be like, dang, that happened? Dang, well, I hate that happened. I hope they get to the bottom of it. But all this boss talk, I wouldn't do that. I'd be quiet if I were you. She should have shut up. She shouldn't have did that. But she did. But she did. So, since she did, it's cool. I will too. I match that energy. You feel me? Um, Wanda has a lot of unresolved issues with herself. Instead of addressing them, she'd rather blame others to take the attention off of her. 100%. 100%. So I'm gonna let her have all the attention she wants. I'm gonna let her make up all the lies she want to make up. Hell, before you know it, girl, I'm gonna let her have it. Okay, I'm gonna let her have it because it's gonna get to the point where I ain't gonna fight there. And so I'm gonna hold my mule while I let her shout. Okay, love my cousin Kiki. Love you, babe. Okay, okay. Straightforward and to the point. You know that's how those Scorpios be. Hello, good morning. Good morning. What is morning time at? It's 11 o'clock here. And somebody's supposed to be coming pick me up. They ain't come pick me up yet. And it's already 11 o'clock. I'm about to get in this in this bed and call it a night. That's what I'm about to do. Shoot, I got planes to catch tomorrow and stuff. Do you think teacher bought Carson to the tea party as a gift that Melody since she knew about the revenge fee? I don't know. I can't say. See, unlike see, if I was like Wanda, I'd be like, yep, she bought her because she knew about. Cause see, that's like messy, and I'm not gonna lie like that because I honestly don't know. Um, I don't know. I don't know what her rationale was. I don't know what her motive was for bringing her. I can't say. I really can't. Right. George Washington. What about George Washington? It's hard watching how Maurice treats his wife. Her health should be the main concern, not his not his needs. I can agree with that. It's difficult when you see people that go through stuff like that on TV because it seems so far removed from the person that you know. Um, I'm not quite sure. I don't even know what to think about that yet. And then too, I need to watch it too to kind of see what kind of perception I can pick up from it because I haven't had a chance to see it yet either. So I can't wait for you to watch tonight's episode. I hope you do a lot after watching it. I love nursing to teach men and women coming out of addiction. I really enjoyed it. Really? What happened tonight, y'all? What was on tonight? I have not seen it at all yet. Um, you were so bomb today. Miss Key does have. Thank you, thank you. Were you at the conference today, Miss Key? Thank you very much. And according to God, you went off track with your purpose. He had to punish you a little bit. But look at you now, walking in your purpose. Absolutely. You know what? Even when we're not walking in his will, he will still walk beside us to remind us of what he's put in us. It doesn't leave. It doesn't leave at all. And that's one of the hardest things to go through too, because it's kind of like you're grieving the Holy Spirit. It's like what's inside of you, and you not living what you're supposed to be living. Oh God, that is so hard. That plays a role in you being depressed, because within yourself that things are just not how they're supposed to. They're not right, and that makes living that lifestyle very hard, because your conscience won't let you just be free and living the wrong way. It just won't. It won't. There's no testimony without a test. Stay strong. I know that's right. Thank you. I'm a willing testimony to it. Really? I can't wait to hear your testimony one day then. Waiting to read your children's book. I know it's coming. It's coming, and I'm hoping that I have it pumped out before the reunion. That's what I'm really hoping. That's what I've been working on. But with traveling and moving, and it's just so crazy how so many things take place, and I find myself all over the place trying to handle this and trying to handle this. Yeah, I need to buckle down and get a personal assistant, because I'm just not being as productive as I need to be, because I'm so all over the place. I'm a perfectionist. I like things done like perfect, and I need to get over that too. Everything is just not going to be perfect, and I wish that I could change my mindset when it comes to that. um because of that stifles me a lot, and it holds me back from pushing things through and getting things done, because I'm not satisfied with the product just yet. Instead of saying, you know what, this is your first time, let's just go in and do this, learn from the experience, make it better next time. I'm like, no, it's got to be perfect now, or I won't do something, because it's like, I don't, it's not the way I want it to be. Just like I never had a wedding because I couldn't have $150,000 wedding. Like I still should have had. I had a wedding, but it was very small, very very small. I still should have had a. I could have had a very nice wedding on a budget, but because it couldn't be the way Keke wanted it to be, I was like, well, forget it. If I can't have $150,000 wedding, then I'm not having one at all. And I'm growing out of that. I'm growing out of that mentality. I'm growing to learn that you have to crawl before you walk. You gotta walk before you run. It's a process. You have to get there. Everything doesn't just come as you want it. You have to work to get it there. So I'm growing to learn things like that. So okay, I see some people requesting be in my live video. Let me see. And these lives is y'all doing it by mistake. Cause that I'd be so embarrassed when people come up here and they'll really be wanting to be on the live. Hey Leslie.
Hi.
Hi. Did you mean to hit that?
No, I didn't. Oh, I love seeing. I'm loving Red Top Bill. I've been watching.
Say it one more time.
I've been watching this since season 1.
Really? How do
Yeah.
you like it?
Well,
How do you like the last few seasons?
I like it, and I
Mm-hmm.
love Mel. I follow about horror products. Soroy of hers, AKA.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I think
Okay.
that, and you such a new addition
Mm-hmm.
to the show.
I am. How you like Kiki?
Yes, I love you. I
Good.
really do. And I
I
love
love
the
you
colors
too.
you wear. Purple is my favorite color too.
Yes, I love me some purple. know what? I have to try my best not to get purple stuff when I go places. But I'm telling you, I just can't help it. Almost everything I pick up be purple.
Yes.
I swear. It's just one of those things. Everybody has that thing that just makes them happy.
Yes.
Purple has been always been one of those things for me, a color that was just so amazingly beautiful to me that it makes me feel bubbly when I see it. It's just beautiful to me. So it was so nice meeting you. Thank you for watching.
All right, thank you.
Good night. I don't know how to. I'm still new at working this stuff too. I don't know how to take you off. Let me see. How does this work? Oh. Okay, I see it now. Okay, there we go. She was sweet. Okay, Miss Talkative 23, during your setback, did you and your husband separate? No, we did not officially separate, although it felt like we were separate in the same room. It did. It really did. We separated in everything else besides living together. We separated in, the coming together of the minds. We separated in you know, the way that we communicated with one another, going out with one another, our relationship with one another. We separated in every way except for living together, and we didn't separate sexually either. We were still intimate. We never separated in that way either. So, but that was very difficult to go through, especially with my husband, and it still is. A lot of times I can't lie, it still is because there's still a lot of hurt, shame, blame, resentment. That goes along with that. Whenever we're angry or um, we feel some kind of way about something, things like that still do come up because it's not like this was like 10 years ago, well, it was, but it's not like it ended 10 years ago, so because a lot of the stuff happened within the last 5 years, it's still very fresh. And there's still some humbling myself that I have to learn how to do when it comes to my husband because I've always been so bold and outspoken and a fighter. Um, there are some times where I probably should back down that I don't, but I'm trying to learn that too. I really am because I do love my husband and I don't want to lose him. So he really is a good. I have a great man. I really, really have a great husband. And if I can figure out how to mature myself, then I believe that we can really, really grow to love each other more than we ever have before. So I don't know. We'll see. Y'all pray for us. We'll see. But we're still hanging on in there. We're still, going through it now. So every day it's a process. Every single day, we have to learn the ways to love each other. So there's still a lot of things that we're here. So that. Um, how is your mom? My mom is good. Of course, she's been calling me all day, asking me how everything went today, and so I've talked to her a few times. But then again, today is football day, and we're big college football fans, so roll tide. And so she hadn't called me as much as she normally would have because she's been watching football all day. So that is that. Okay. Okay, any more questions? Are you still teaching at Alabama State? Leslie Green 28. I call that Alabama, the Alabama A&M University. Okay, Alabama State. That's a college in Montgomery, Alabama. their mascot, they're the B. I mean, very low quality college. I would not recommend this show. That's our rival. Alabama State is Alabama A&M's rival. Another great HBCU in Alabama, but I call that A&M, not Alabama State. So, but no, I'm not. I left Alabama A&M. I taught for 13 years, and I left there in 20. What year is this? 2023. I left there in 2019, I believe. So it's been about 3.5 years now since I decided to leave. And some people might try to say, "Oh, she got fired from her job." No, she didn't. I never wanted to teach long term. I always knew that teaching would be temporary for me. I always wanted to go back into my undergraduate major, which was television. And I always wanted to, pursue maybe doing like a talk show or doing some kind of news show or maybe doing a podcast or something where I was speaking to people, or motivational speaker, something like that. I left because I wanted to pursue those dreams. And then COVID happened. So that set me back even further. And after COVID happened, I just kind of didn't get on the ball and, become the entrepreneur that I should have been seeking to become during that time. But now I'm working towards fulfilling those dreams. So thank you for asking. All right. Any other questions y'all got for me before I go? I gotta call this girl and see what she is. Is my volume on? It is. Y'all can hear me? Can y'all hear me? Thanks for being so honest with your journey. Thank you for listening to my journey. Thank you for being willing to accept me in my journey and support me in my journey. Thank you for that. I've been married 35 years. If you got a good foundation, fight as hard as you can. Ooh, 35 years, that is a long time. Congratulations to y'all, by the way, because being married is so hard. When growing up, you think, especially as a little girl, you think you're going to have this fairy tale romance and, everything is just going to be all good and my Prince Charming is going to come and sweep me away. When the truth is people don't really, they say those vows, but they don't really pay attention to them. They don't really listen to the words for better, for worse. Everybody assumes they're going to get the better. They don't think that they're going to have to go through the worse. When my husband said he does to me, I'm sure that he didn't have in mind that we were going to go through some stuff that we don't. Maybe he would have answered differently. Maybe 10 years from now, once we overcome this stuff, he can look back and say, I would have taken you just the same. For rich or for poor, everybody assumes they're going to get the richer. They don't assume that they're going to get the poorer. Marriage is about so much more work and sacrifice than anything else. Humility. How much of yourself can you give and pour into another person? It's so much about that than it is a fairy tale. Because today, God forbid, but if something were to happen to my husband, just say, he had a car accident or anything, I would have to take care of him for the rest of my life and his life because I've sworn a duty to do that. So no matter how bad it gets, I have to be there for him. And so I am hoping that we can overcome, a lot of the things that we've gone through to make it to reach that lifetime status. I know my grandparents just celebrated and their 59th anniversary the day before yesterday, I believe. And they are one of the greatest examples of what it looks like to have a lifelong partner. Beautiful marriage. But they will too tell you they are not without those times where they thought about separating or divorcing one another. So it's so many ugly times that you have to get through in order to learn how to appreciate the good times. And me and my husband has had our fair share of both. And but I'm looking forward to more good times. I really am, and I hope that we get to experience that. Would you film with Ariane if she ever came on the show? You know what? I would hope that she wouldn't come on the show. I just don't think that this is. I don't think it would be the right platform for her. I really don't. You know, Ariane, that was one of my students, and it really hurt me to see that she was involved. You know, in all of this. You know, I knew her when she was just this little girl coming from Ohio as a college freshman. And I just I just felt like she could have done so and I would hope that she would make the decision to say, I don't want to do this. I have something better in mind for myself. I would hope that she would respect herself enough to say, this is not for me. And I don't mean that in a shady way or anything like that. But I don't think that it would be best for her to come on this program. I really don't. I really don't. So that's his thought. The hardest thing you can do is give up. Hold on, I went up. The hardest thing you can do is give up on your marriage. I personally don't believe in divorce, but I can respect others' decisions. I agree. I agree with that because there's so many people affected um if you have to split up. So it's not like these are not things I haven't thought about because I have strongly thought about. I've said to myself many times, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. I'm out. You know, I'm taking my kids and I'm done. And he said the same thing. You know, well, I'm taking the kids and I'm gone. And, you know, but when we really sit down and think about it, it's like, oh my God, it's so much that so many people, so many lives are intertwined. So many people will be affected by us not being together anymore. And for us, um, it's a lot easier for us to say, you know what, I love you. You know, I don't like you a lot of times. And that's the truth. I don't like him a lot of times. And I honestly believe that he doesn't like me a lot of times. But I believe we'll get over that, you know, once we heal in some areas. But it's so much easier for us to come to the conclusion that we're just gonna try to fight it out and not put our family through all of that turmoil and hurt and separate. Because it's so much that comes with divorce. And I don't want to get caught up in thinking that the grass is greener on the other side, you know, and end up going through the same thing with another man when I could have just kept the one I had. You know, what they say is it's a saying. What they say is it's not about the something. It's like it's not about the devil you know. It's about the one you don't. Something like that. So I'll take my chances for now dealing with the one I know. Kiki, do you still enjoy being on the show? Sometimes it depends on what scene. Depends on the scene. Sometimes I enjoy being on the show if it's a fun scene, you know, a scene with melody or a scene with all the girls where everything went really well, you know, things like that. And sometimes I'm like, I'm over it. I'm over this. I ain't doing this no more. You know, I've quit a million times in my head. And it just, I can say this for sure. You are most definitely highly involved in your feelings. And as a woman, we're already emotional people anyway. So it kind of just goes up and down. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. And that's just the truth. And most of the time I don't is because of family drama and beef that I didn't anticipate and I didn't want to go where it has gone. But since it has, and I know I didn't advocate for that or push that, I accept it. And I'm going to play along with it. I'm going to deal with it. Let me say that. So, don't fall for it, Kiki. Abort, abort. I say the word divorce every day, but I'm not going anywhere. You know what? I say the same thing too. And that's what, and one thing I do admire about my husband, you say this, I'm quick. It's like every time we get into an argument, I'm like, you know, well, you don't have to be here. You can leave if you want to leave. I'll leave. I'll go and find, somebody else and blah, blah. He never says that to me, though. He never, ever says, well, I'll leave or we can get a divorce. And so I realized that the last time we got into an argument, and I'm like, I keep seeing this over and over to this man. And he never says that to me. He just walks off from me or he leaves. He's good at leaving. And or he ignores me, and I have to say that in that moment, I see him being a lot more mature than myself. And maybe that too is just because I'm very emotional. So at that time, I really do mean it at that time. But after I calm down, I'm like, well, I don't really want a divorce or I don't really want somebody else. I was just mad. But I've got to get into the habit of not just saying things because I'm mad. We do have to be careful about the words that we speak. We really do. Words really are powerful and they really carry a lot of weight. So I'm going to make a conscious effort to stop saying, well, we don't have to be with one another every single time I get into an argument with my husband. And I don't care what it's about. It could be about anything. I'd be like, well, we can get a divorce. I'm going to get divorce papers. I've signed them and everything, and give them to him, and he just leave them on town and ignore him. He like, you bipolar. In a few days, you'll be saying you love me, and now you telling me I need something to divorce papers. It's crazy. So I want to stop doing it because I don't want one day. What if one day he really does do it, and then I be sitting there looking all stupid, like, now what? Now you got to make good on your promise. You said that you wanted a divorce. You signed the paper. What you gonna do with it? Huh, Kiki? So I think I want to stop doing that. Real talk, it ain't easy over on the other side. I believe that, and I don't want to see either. I don't want to test that out. And then too, I know that who else is gonna love our kids the way that he loves our kids? I don't think. I just don't. It's possible. It's possible I can find a man to love our kids, the way that he does. But that man is such an amazing father. That's one thing I can't take away from him. My husband is the best father ever. He is an amazing father. And I just don't see another man being as good of a father to our kids as he is. I just don't see that. So marriage is hard work. Divorce is hard work. Yep, I experienced both. Ooh, Jay Evans official. You experienced both. So if you could have, would you have not gone through the divorce? And since they're both hard work, would you have just worked hard to save the marriage instead of going through the hard work to divorce? Do you think the show has caused disruptions in your marriage? Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah. My husband is not as open as I am, and because of that, I think that a lot of times he feels some kind of way when I'm gone. and I'm filming, and he feels like I should be at home, you know, with him and the kids, or with the kids and taking care of home instead of filming, then it can cause, problems between us. But so we argue about that. We do. We argue about that. So I don't know. Maybe you'll see more about that. We'll see. We'll see. Kimbra Hooker. Hey. Okay, you can let third. I don't.
Okay. Hey, Curvies. Can you hear me now? It looks like Kiki stepped off for a moment. She said something about texting somebody. She'll probably be back on any second now. Anyway, did you guys like tonight's episode of the show? And let's do this. There we go. So did you guys happen to see the show so far tonight? Kiki didn't really talk a lot about the show so far in this live. She was speaking about some of the things that she has done and her relationship stuff. But I didn't hear her mention Tisha specifically. And other than that, I feel like she was talking a lot about relationships and stuff like that. So, yeah. Yeah. Well, if she comes back, I'll come back. In the meantime, I'm getting ready to go watch Love and Marriage Huntsville tonight. I'm in California, you know. So it comes on at 9 here in California. Well, at least I hope so. Sometimes I get there and I'm like, damn, it came on at 8. But yeah, I have to go watch it. Anyway, Curvies, thanks for coming through. I hope you already smashed that like button or smash my subscribe button or even hit that bell so you can get notified next time I upload a video. And next time I go live. So thanks again for popping through. I love you. See you soon, Curvies.